I'm joined now by Matt Mervis, a 2020 undrafted free agent out of Duke who's had an incredible year in the minor leagues across 3 levels. 32 home runs, 109 RBIs, and a .313 batting average with 72 extra base hits. It leads all of the minor leagues. Matt, at what point this year did you realize you could post a season this good?
I think I've always known deep inside I'm capable of it, but I hit a pretty good hot streak early on in South Bend. I think probably started week 3 or 4. And since then I've kept hitting and haven't stopped. So, I never really thought I could lead the minors in extra base hits or put up these numbers. I kind of didn't have these goals coming into the season, but it's been fun just continuing throughout the year.
Yeah, as we mentioned, last year you hit about 9 home runs in 70 games, and then obviously that's ticked up a ton. Your ISO's above 300. To me, on the nerd side, looking through some of the stats, it's kind of surprising the power jump you've had. I'm curious as to whether you've made any adjustments from last year, anything that stands out as to how you've created this crazy power uptick.
It's interesting. I think I'm selling out for power less this year. So, the average was low last year. I did hit some home runs, but like you said, not as frequently. So, really the main adjustment was staying short to the ball and trying to keep my swing simple. And that's led to me seeing the ball longer, seeing it better, and making more quality contact consistently. So, it's kind of backwards the way things have worked out, but I think I have enough power to where if I can keep my swing short, then the exit velos will take care of themselves.
I read a story from Tommy Birch of the Des Moines Register, and it kind of detailed some of your rise. And one of the things that stood out to me is that, it almost seemed like your quotes suggested no one really believed in you as a hitter as you were coming up through the minor leagues or even through college, jumping to the Cape League and such. How did you overcome that doubt on the hitting side?
Just keep working. I've always known that I'm a hitter. Like Tommy said in the article, I've been told for years that I was a pitcher, and that's my path. It's an easier path. There's more pitchers on the roster, so all that stuff. I've been fed for almost 10 years now, but I always knew I've been a hitter my whole life, and you find a few people that believe in you and are willing to help you no matter what other people are saying. So. One of those is Keith Gordon, my hitting coach from home that I've been working with for, I don't know how many years. I mean, probably 12, 14 years now. And another was Mike Roberts, who used to be with the Cubs and is now, he's been a coach in Katuitt and Cape Cod for a bunch of years now, but he was my coach up there, and he would work with me on off days early before BP. So, I've had a couple people that have really supported me throughout this process, and I give them a lot of credit.
Yeah, you mentioned 2019 you played in the Cape League with the Katuitt Kettlers, Mike Roberts the coach. It seems like in that stint out in the Cape League where a lot of guys start to use wood bats for the first time and that level of competition really jumps up, he worked with you. What exactly changed in your swing?
I was a lot longer in my setup going into the Cape. So my junior year of college, I had my hands real high. And I would get to a bigger loading position that just led to inconsistencies. I wasn't launching from the same spot over and over again. I was longer the ball, so I had to make decisions earlier. And at that time, Rizzo and Schwarber were both with the Cubs, and Coach Roberts had seen them up close in person in spring training and seen how they work. So, both of those guys have their hands near their back shoulder and a lower setup, and they obviously don't sacrifice any power. So, he told me to just try that out and see how it felt. And it was weird at first, but once I got used to it, I think it changed my career. Like I said, I want to stay short and simple to the ball. And that was the first big fix that I made.
I don't want to break any news here, but there's some rumors that you might be heading to the Arizona Fall League in the offseason to hit against, again, some really high-caliber pitchers, obviously comparable to those you're getting currently in AAA. You don't have to tell me whether you're going and confirm it, but I'm curious, if you do end up going, how do you continue your success at that level?
I think just keep doing what I've been doing. Not really changing anything throughout the course of the year. I think it's helped me mentally, just keeping things simple and allowing me to have the same approach going into the game every day. So I don't really plan on changing anything unless I need to. So, just keep building on my routine and working on the things that have gotten me here.
Absolutely. Back at Duke, you were a two-way player, actually. You threw about 59 innings between your freshman and sophomore year. Then I think you kind of tailed off your junior, senior year. In that Tommy Birch article, I believe you said you could get up to 96. So if you were on the bump right now, what do you think you could touch?
Honestly, it depends on how the day offensively is going. I always threw harder when I was over 3 with a couple strikeouts. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. But, maybe I think I could probably get up to 90 again if I really wanted to. I had a couple arm issues back there, so I'm not going to push it.
Gotcha. I love how you're saying the anger carries over to the mound. That's kind of funny. And the final question for you, we've been deliberating some nicknames. I imagine you've seen them across various publications and such. Do you like Mash Mervis better or Never Nervous Mervis better?
I've heard Never Nervous Mervis for a bunch of years, so that's a classic to me, but Mash Mervis is the new one. I think I like that one a little bit more.